Jeremy Weiss. We're here live at RetailX. I'm here with Kirsten. Tell us what you do at Amazon.
So I am an Inclusion and Diversity Program Manager.
What is that?
What does that mean, right? I'm kind of responsible for the employee experience across all of our customer service business. Wow. So that's employees in about 40 plus countries around the world. So really helping managers and employees think about what it means to be heard and seen. And
how can a company improve their customer service
so
experience?
Many different ways. Yeah, so we're going to be talking this afternoon about multicultural marketing, but a piece of that, a component of that is customer service. And what we think about is really cultural competency in our customer service community. So our employees have to think about who the customer is, not just the problem that they're trying to solve on the other end of the phone or the other end of that chat, right? So it's really easy for us to get caught up in the idea that the person that we're working with thinks like us, looks like us, comes from the same place, and
that's how we default.
Most frequently people don't. So we try to build cultural competency within our employees.
How do you do that?
We do a lot of different things. There's a lot of training.
There's like a shock if they do something wrong?
There's no shocks.
Okay. Okay.
I was going to say, that's tech we don't have yet.
Okay.
No, we try to do that with positive reinforcement, right? Like, not negative. But we have a lot of different tools that we use. One of the cool tools we use is a resource through a company called Aperion Global. But they've built a tool called GlobeSmart. And it takes cultural norms from like 90 plus countries around the world and breaks those down into 5 different layers of cultural competencies. So it's things like, am I more of a relationship builder than I am task oriented? Or do I like really direct communication versus indirect, and I'm going to talk all the way around my problem? And there's cultural norms, obviously, that we've established country by country. And so as we think about this, for example, if I've got a customer service agent in the Philippines who's supporting someone in Canada, it helps them get a better idea of the breadth and the ideas and the way that the people in the country that they're supporting might think.
What's the most challenging part about your job?
Oh, goodness. Well, the fact that like nothing is the same anywhere, right? And I think that's any job. But if you're trying to build processes and programs and think about improving diversity or what inclusion means to employees, what they, how they feel valued or trusted or informed, that's going to look different in every single country in the globe. And then not only that, but it's going to look different for every single person.
How did you get started in this?
Personal passion. For people. So I've been in retail for 20 plus years. I actually had a almost 11-year stint with Home Depot, and I spent a lot of time in customer service and operations with that company, and I kind of morphed into that human resources path. I spent a lot of time in training and development and really understanding what makes people tick. And then this has become my personal passion around helping managers and people see again, their employees for who they are, and outside of that, from a retail perspective, their customers for who they are and how they want to be seen.
What are some of the lessons you've learned from working at Amazon?
Oh my goodness. Well, the customer's always right. No. But that you have to meet the customers where they are.
Because Amazon is very customer-centric in general.
Essentially, we have this idea that we're going to be Earth's most customer-centric company, and I think most of the time we get that right. And part of that is really thinking about not forcing customers to use the technology or the tools or the platforms in the way that we think that they want to use it, but really listening to what they're telling us and then adapting and building tech and spaces for people as they want to have it seen. And one of the cool things that's happened recently is our consumer shopping business has built it's called Inclusive Customer Experience. And they have a whole team that's spending time with communities that are normally kind of excluded or marginalized from this particularly internet shopping experience, and are really thinking about how do they want to see our content, what resonates with them, what brings them excitement and joy, which sounds funny when you're thinking about a shopping experience, but I know I get a little thrill when I push the purchase button. And so we're really trying to think about how do we, again, bring in those customers that don't look, think, act just like whoever is sitting behind there, creating the code.
Yeah. I mean, you have a unique view in the e-commerce world. What do you see as some of the future trends of e-commerce? Amazon a lot of time leads these trends.
Yeah. I think for me, when I look at it personally, I think we're not going to make the right strides as e-commerce companies if we're not thinking about the global marketplace. And a lot of the things, the talk we were doing today is going to be kind of focused on the US market. But again, I think that's thinking too narrowly. And so as retailers are looking to increase and grow their business, they have to start thinking not only about the vast differences within the communities here in the United States, but also what's this going to look like on a global scale for them. And apparently, given the size of this building, right, there's plenty of people that can help them with that, from everything from shipping to banking to what have you. So,
what are some of the biggest mistakes you see people making?
Well, I was going to say we could talk about the Fire Phone, but we won't because I'm talking about me and not Amazon, right? But I would say, again, I think it's when people try to put something out there that they think consumers will want, but they haven't done enough research to really understand what the consumer needs are, or what resonates with communities and different people. And so, again, when we try to push out what we think people need versus what they're actually telling us they want, I think that's where businesses fail.
What's another big takeaway you want people to get out of your talk?
Our talk today?
Yeah.
Well, again, like I said, we're talking really about why if you're not doing multicultural marketing, that is thinking about the broad swath of diversity in the marketing space, then you're not actually doing marketing right. So if we look around the room and we see mostly white men or mostly white women, we're probably missing the wealth of experience that exists out there already. And research shows, right, that by, 2040, 2065, depending on the studies, that we're going to be a fully multicultural nation, right? So even here in the United States, we're going to miss
even here in Chicago.
Even here in Chicago, we're going to miss a huge piece of that puzzle if we're not thinking about including all those experiences, not only thinking about them as our customers, but including them in our workforce.
Thank you.
Yeah,
from
of course.
Kirsten, Amazon.com, live from RetailX.
All right.